The first person who condemned the modus operandi of Anas was Martinami. When Kennedy even started, so Anas be toe to toe, boot for boot. Listen to the kind of comments of Mokai. James about man back. Kennedy accomplished the point. No. When you are first year Jumano, he's always trying to entice people. He put people at an area, tight corner, and always feed on them. He's a blackmailer, or an extortionist, or a sound confounders from the imagine beating nipa, or do be not watch a tight corner to take something from you. I want to get the no, I cannot man oil. It is wrong. Power conscious, because at that moment, open nipa ba corner African football a pejano. Now world football a pejano because you number one. As a majority leader, look at the kind of comment he made about Kenya compared to Japan. So I will say the first person condemn the modus operandi of Anas already Eddie Martinamidu. Former Attorney General Martinamidu has said Tiger IPI, a private investigative company headed by investigative journalist Anas is a fake company because it is not registered by law. They so question Yantachi to be power drunk. Kenya compared Japan doesn't talk anyhow. When it comes to records, figures, and presenting of information and documents, never ever joke with Kenya compared Japan. Kennedy is the pinnacle who fought against Alfred Agosuwoyomi. What MPP nominee document?
Yeah.
Chairman Sabonsu. Yeah. You are saying Kennedy to shut up and provide his evidence. Kennedy Casadodo. Nya Casani here. Unia Nas or problem. You should not come and sit on radio and TV. Master Concord. Now go and prove yourself and never go and mass it.
I have solid TV. I have for my car by my bath nasia. Jebrene and Komofi babidi. And not yet a japa documents in Eddie Bremo. Portion and neck as I found a book in the Kwame Kumpe Japan. Na say Franco share bon every Wednesday until say a japa book from Krenke to Krankano. Ya beke in Kani a chirichimu. Near Mohu, Trimu Pa will be more Trimu say. Omo de Ghana ebeche omo busua omo de Ghana ebeche omo mma na nne ya transition ensem bebre ofie but before then me can tell say like a page subscribe to the channel sharing is caring information papa say no wo hwe no na wo share wo hwe no na wo share na wo di solid TV ho komo so ache wadamfo say channel na Franco the hater betena so a na aye oja no wo nhwe bi na enne conversation etia honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompreko Japan bema okuma the ordinary people bema se wusisi Ghana ni a na nani abre bema okanokre bema odo Ghana chen ubia me say apart from years Christ can say obewu age adasankwa no the first person else I will say I live for you honorable Kennedy Kwame Akompreko Japan. Ukaya ane on central ni bi o Ghana ha fe na Anas Ameria Anas wo soro akofo adibi de butu ni ti na kese o blackmail man for tete ne kase Anas be video a na obia ebusa ni kunu se Anas video no uwom obi busa na yire se uwom na man for pre akofo video bo se fe de number 11 en na kese eti honorable Ken nsu no se Anas Kwan your first did the Jumano and your Kwampa. And also started to all premier video fan who watches the Watchman on net too. Honorable Ken, Asia, dance here, Magana, Phobe, who say, Sanas, when you biasa, on your century papa, or your bogus journalist, said, or Centuria, on far quine, puffer, to quine, added man for 2 assemble. I namanas and sasso, and my nipper be brave, Jumabo, nipper be brave, Sebi Anya Yaribia for woo. To honorable Ken started a Ghana for entering of Frere Anas, Dia Hodo, Emma Nas, Emma and Sam so echo High Court. So honorable Ken, I go for defaming. Court by no say, honorable Ken, the okay what is sir, because so can I see a change to say Anas, when your investigative journal or your investigative terrorists. I can't say me for Anas one tears here. I know Maso 10 this Supreme Court sign. Supreme Court by this 3-2 on the verdict aba verdict no so what it be e ko Kennedy Japan afa na ensembe mu kra na wu judgment no ase kire say me twa mo aba me ba Franco the hater e join me sisi a akwaba ya sa tena si bi Franco
Sio.
na ho ye
O nyame adaroma. Yi so so ho ye.
boko
Ya da nyame ase.
na ho de ECG for ye
Oh yes, some medical catch us. If you are not mu dum light afi no maso.
Franco onim
Mhm.
obi timi hwe channel no so obi se shaibu wo pese wo de MPP ko position ma me kan se ma ko chiro me ni interest me de MPP ko opposition but MPP for mo ne ye na de MPP ko opposition se what to Ashanti region asawra wo se undi for Ashanti region en kan e din dumadundum a de ball mahama chi enne wontimi guarantee se wo light saa nema we na de MPP ko saa de we na atwe MPP yada de mo ko opposition wo interest a wo develop other regions massively aja Ashanti region ne say central market part 2 MPP didn't sakaye 8 years in we Muhammad just 4 years and develop central market phase 1 in we tiasra mo obi ani ha say obede MPP ko position but the also mo ye ne say ensem aye kan momfa mu aba na munyina mo mpanifo no concern they should go and develop Ashanti region or make it benya stable power na na dey two Mahama except abide bo techi no e dey boban Ranko
Sio.
ahu Supreme Court ruling no
Oh yes. Yes, man.
me pese after the Supreme Court ruling no ono aboke na kasa me enkwesa video ni mo
Oh, nyamiado.
Yo. Na anasa remi anas yanyane te say Supreme Court rule asem saying na wisi hono.
Oh, I'm indifferent about the whole thing. Say, High Court rule, and one thing was in what they call Supreme Court. Say, almost squash near judge, the ruling, In the end, say, Supreme Court, and so I remember say no. The evidence on what patches say, judge not describing as they were a criminal, I say, into almost question. But okay, the evidence before the judge. And idioma obi o Supreme Court kra no a se we hunu evidence no a ontumi enko squash ade no emu odiase because judge no ruling the description of the man is based on the evidence that I gave, empirical evidence with videos our hunu no say crashi na juma ya oye enso ni odiase nti anteno ho ase no the Supreme Court senka omu impem.
Nti say wo hwe asema Supreme Court de ba ne ya wan kasa san ni CEO.
Oh, but I'm just cool about it. If he say judge is not kasa, near so ten was ya fine, on ten was in was over Saku be more. In fact, me evidence and come more.
Eh.
Oh, maybe, yeah, that's evidence. Me walk pen drive where my children plastic a musa. Bibri.
Anasa who evidence.
Oh, bibri.
Wow.
Bibri. And come to me back. But them say, initially, I saw the background here, Pipri, and why I'm probably Brianco. I don't know. I all near met me, I catch the woman, Ghana for you know, say, Ubi awe ya dia manokuri niwe ni mukai. And I move beyond so a hum and money mo. Ghana for politicians, ama a hum abai muma, ye no kure isa. Oye ya ubiu. Nti also okanokure. Okan ubiu. One can ubiu. Then speak the truth. Everything me aboa or mine. There's a gentleman who has been coming to me. So, Anas, any yase or name in Tema say na also pema sempa. O huni odi ye me. Meno onye me but na me penokure. Ewo asebuno mo.
Ye be na wasipa. Ana wo kan de Japan no. De be na be ka twatwa ma ya no.
Oh, the Americans say Ghana for Mumbi Yakudru, baby or mine do no. A hunu a Ghana for Mundo. A moment to be Casa. I mean, we should be bold to speak the truth. And that will help the country. Now, be a demonocre, and so, yes, you and every. Omo can yefi, omo man no creman. Omo sako jina baby. No more complaining, so money, more. I think say mummy and canocre, or mine why dear canocre, or mine we are canocre. Oh, yes.
I'm not going to point.
Yeah, Franco,
Yes, you.
in the first place, Honorable Ken,
Mhm.
and talk about kind. That's one for so.
Shaibu, ma menchia dofo na yachiefu nyina. Na menchia mpanyimfo da bi omo he. It is an honor and a privilege to be on this show. Da bi ameka. So it is honor and a privilege to be on this show. Into obi bia wo he bia no. Menkra no so mi so waka ache, me nua ba na so so be me tablet.
Yeah, Dr.
Mhm.
Lucinda
Okay.
Ifua,
Okay.
a medical doctor
Okay.
or North Carolina
Na
in
menchia.
America.
Na menchia no.
It's ancient.
Bible said do hu mobru hu ni mobo no. Wa de femi urade.
Meja empire we bokra. Meja empire we body dem say no. What the Bible quotation there?
Nyankopon nhia no. Shaibu. Who be some question?
Yeah.
Who be some say adena akedi akombre kwa Japan ye no. Ana oguso oye no. Eso wo mfaso meboa.
And that's a fun hobby because Osha Anas maybe Tremunu Kuku Smoge okay Japan unto kuku
Yes.
or na judge for
Yes.
Hunto or a custom for
Yes.
on your custom or a question to football.
Enya wasem.
And you wasem.
Nanu ada Akufo-Addo won election in 2016. Yede afranema na woso awie ye no. We say we should not be spectators. Why we should be there?
Citizens.
Good. The primary responsibility of every citizen so be born kro ne ban ho ban. Obe make sure so betimi aboma management fan into apede efra. Enti me tuoi enye se bia Shaibu asemi ba be hiam na se asemi fa me ho kwa na se me ka ho asem. Enti se nem amamoni nkoye se metimi kasa fa ho. No ma bi koye na se enwa e se metimi kasa de fa ho. And if listen to Kedi compare kwa Japan, enye na asem o. Enye na asem. But Shaibu, sometimes let be objective and sincere. In life, if you look at mpanyimfo bi o ma ba di o man so ko. Any kwa anas arem ya anas fa so peja ne ho okrom ha. Edu ba na manfo kwa so anas arem ya anas.
Is it because Honorable Ken he's always fighting for the ordinary thing?
You see, if listen to Ken critically, Ken doesn't have an issue with anas arem ya anas. But he has an issue with the modus operandi of the guy.
Quite fast again.
Quite fast odi na juma. Ena me ya juma. No, Shaibu no ti. Ebi ene ye onu asem. O che obetimi dia di.
Ebi anas or target emeka say excuse my word.
Yes.
Perceive corrupt people.
Yes.
Who can do one? Yeah, the corruption tarom ebe wine. Who found it?
They are not saying you say perceived no. It is true. Is it true say go for no perceive no? I idea exchange team. Is it true or the real is go for me a corrupt na? Or me a corrupt na? That would be the first question so bisa.
Yeah, bio. Utie na do dan kwa kufuada. O se me ba. Me su anas. I atamesi kan bi. I got your point here.
Yes.
No be a heli
yes.
anas.
There be a catch us Kenya compare kwa Japan is different. Kenya compare kwa Japan. If you are dealing with him, be extremely careful. Asama who can na dan kwa Akufo-Addo kan and so a moment opportunity. I ko jina wa kasa. And I want to read it for asama na dan kwa Akufo-Addo kan.
Say obu ha me say IGP eni nipa bi position bu ha ya ma ko interview ana so. Na nipa say Yaruba bi on so arwaza kwa kudu a be ko interview kan
the question is ana so adwuma na oye no e adwuma papa.
Na nipa na interview IGP nya adwuma papa.
Shaibu e adwuma papa. First question say obisa ho no. Means anas arimi ya anas per the court na ka no. Kwa first odi na adwuma it is wrong. The first person complaining about anas model make actual. Where they okay Akufo-Addo the corruption fight. I'm going to adopt the anas principle. What anas said in 2012. Where you Akufo-Addo 1st of March 2019. Now about 1:13 p.m. Then another dan Akufo-Addo some an opportunity when he be president. Anas will the fight corruption no. Anybody obey. Yet to Kroma. The president of the Republic of Ghana can't he has been misled. Yeah. Yet no say boy charge akwan the energy minister he has been misled. Per this Akufo-Addo kind was misled because he didn't know the kind of touches and works Anas not the eduma. Shaibu edum no bi no near project Anas to be a saint, a Jesus Christ in Ghana who is going to fight against corruption.
The video ba na oyira busa say who won be
edu baby Anas timi ko wura baby na manfo dwane obetimi shamat na oba say Anas ba na manfo dwane. And the way the guy projected himself, you see
Anas be in the video.
Yes, oba pe baby afa. Shaibu Anas is a very smart guy. And I'll tell you the reason why.
Mebo, so who is that kind of Japan now? Nipa system ring na turn a chief or police. Imagine say Nipa IGP co interview on Nipa because the Chief Justice Crampo issue. Who is that kind of Japan waiting fighting and answer in Sunkuni?
Ken Japan is an ordinary politician. Kennedy Japan think about Ghana first. Kennedy Japan who said maybe I will be a king on any problem.
Is it that he's brave and answer it?
He's brave, yedi kind. Nipa ba kwa di obi entimi that you see them catch a leader should be some person when things are tough. No obi entimi kwade and you can go there. Ana wo kan Thomas Bonaba so meboa.
Yeah.
Nana dan kwa kufa require say na kwan of faso ye na adwuma no ba be na ye adwuma. But Kennedy Japan kwa Japan trans di no. When you are qualified in a he's always trying to entice people. He put people at an area, tight corner, and always feed on them. He's a blackmailer or an extortionist or a sound confound somebody might be beating nipa or do beat not watch a tight corner to take something from you. I want to create the no, I cannot man oil. It is wrong. Shaibu, what channel is one?
Before me pese, you who can the Japan nipa ban. She said, "Tamana anas or recording yantechi."
Yes.
Na can so record.
Yes. You see, Shaibu, I mean, in life, I did ja, I did Muranenam. That's why I make it in ye. Say, na solid TV, then Yanko Pandarama. Ebe a yes can be a saying, Nabi, I was saying, Nabi. That's a woo dear. You always create a fashion and confusion in your camp. If you can fast on your videos now, did Janimuna. Because some people feel and think, say, a consortium, a Qatar, and Yatna say, yes, I do. This is kind of aban say who for 50 Ghana cedis na ma 30 Ghana cedis kwan kanya bone.
So was Ken on top of Anas?
He was ahead of Anas Aremia Anas. Ahead of Anas Aremia
Anas. Who kwa record will because setting yantechi happen.
Yes.
Na Ken so already one
of
the camera so.
And you see Ken is the only person who come here who Anas Aremia Anas.
Yeah.
He is the first person because Anas to me be try TV show so and you see surprisingly Ghana Air time said the head of the security. If you can down Kwakufara, he's the commander-in-chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, the president of the Republic of Ghana. Now, Nasaremia and Nasa con wash a mask on the president in Dinko, that didn't show respect. Now, President Nimmy Panoni Dinko, or Coco, to know that they are cutting and what you bass and Pamiansa, no me and saying Nam, near me, you can identify Anas. The person me who Anas rare picture. How or Tianis Hanomani and Skedia compare Japan.
Mebo, Ghana, yes, Monim, ye babe bat ruling so, but me per se, Anas no. No, wanya o timi be do that extent say as obias no miracle jina mranima na say be judge na wo try Anas no Anas ma witness no nipa na say o ye odwan yo so ye appoint you excuse me so sama you so your boy be mu unim say unhunanim
debia na me start with the kaka say me say Anas portrayed himself to be a Jesus Christ or a Messiah to fight corruption.
Okay,
let me explain to you. The first video Anas here was in relation to that man Mills president.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kotemahabo. Ekoye video be. When on the 4th of February 2011, Mills paid surprise visit to Temahabo.
Yeah.
After that Anas here video ade chenya and Mills call. And if you listen to the kind of words Mills can Mills may transfer about 97 officers.
Yeah.
He transferred 97 officers from Temahabo. At that material moment, that was the first one who said Anas in terms of corruption. Africa, our major problem has been corruption. The YouTube say leaders or mobano, there's corrupt practices. But once they attribute to animal politicians.
But I mean sure no. Na Anas video, na BBC CNN.
And I make
so no money man.
David, and I make sure I'm developing something for you say. Or should I who say he's a saint? Tienye. You ever say now that na obianim ho asem. Now we are trying to project ourselves say he's a saint. But if you look at our close at a normal airtime. And if you look at Anas, and the first video here, Mills was the president. A lot of Ghanaians held already did Anas, I remember Anas. I mean, we saw the normal crab, Habba, Sanko, for you be free, no. And if you look at it from the Toswana, no day, it was about corrupt practices. In that area, when of us or any video, no of us or any, say, whether say is a correct person. Just let me catch you the first video of Anas, I remember Anas. The first person who condemned the modus operandi of Anas, when of us here, was Martin Amidu.
Okay. Yeah.
Martin Amidu was the first person as a lawyer. It is not a good way because it's enticing people. What mean can't say then you record it as a bribe. And if you look at Martin Amidu make a lot of revelations about this. Shaibu, in 2014 and 2011, must be the president.
Yeah.
Last year video but they can just say 97 officers were transferred.
Yeah.
On the 6th of October 2015, Anas Aremia Anas a video. It was about judges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So on the judges be or say judges be BG upon chain,
Ponche.
yes, I know mano. And
Judge back madam for no
Mhm.
Mr. UP Derry.
okay.
UP Derry no a magistrate court.
Okay.
Ewo Mampontene.
Okay.
Or rise ya be high court judge o Kumasi
Okay.
them someone no conquer.
Shaibu.
On your soft. On also na na court.
Yes.
Pa.
And a lot of people and a lot of more temrana say no. If you can ask quite fast what we have issues with it. A lot of Ghanaians didn't understand them in the initial stages. Because no one is an is a saint, he's a good person, he's fighting against corruption.
But Franco, was it judgment?
Mhm.
Are they being informed by the public sentiment? Because judge ni what
Yes.
kada ukulamra.
Yes.
What them ra edu ojuma. Ni odo oyonko judge ni ediaba.
Yes.
Na one to me and share.
They also look at common sense because at that material moment, what are Ghanaians saying? What is the public saying? Because no Beyonce now, but he's a saint. He's a pinnacle of fighting corruption. It will be a time in one or so. And it's all those kind even remember Kennedy.
Yes,
when Kennedy even started, so I'm not be toe to toe, boot for boot. Listen to the kind of comments of Mokai. James about man back home.
Yeah.
As a majority leader, look at the kind of comment he made about Kennedy compared to Japan. So I will say the first person. I'll condemn the modus operandi of Anas. I already Eddie Martinamidu.
Okay.
Listen to Martinamidu.
Okay.
Anas Tiger IPI is fraudulent.
Okay.
Shaibu, why I am Martin Amidu in making this kind of statement?
Okay.
And Shaibu, if you listen to Martin Amidu as well, can I say former Attorney General Martin Amidu has said Tiger IPI, a private investigative company headed by investigative journalist Anas Arabia Anas, is a fake company because it is not registered by law.
Okay.
Jenny, this man has been an Attorney General. Whereas he is the first special prosecutor and another Danko Akufuado. Martin Amidu. This is a man when it comes to nitty-gritty about law. Open public conference, citizen vigilante, what Tim Ranasia, you can never ever underestimate him. Was he announced to do my dinner wood, it is fraudulent. Company announced across what the years have Tiger IPR. It is not even registered. You register no company, your friends, the registered company.
Yeah.
What's it?
It's a general.
Yes, according to him, Section 15, Subsection 1 of the Companies Code, 1963, Act 179, mandatory require that the last name of the company of a limited by shares shall be limited. And then, you want to be a company. Now, as a company, your friend be a Shaibu limited. It should be limited by shares.
Yes.
And when me can say Tiger IPI, it's a company. And if you look at Matramidu or Kanwasem,
Yeah.
Shaibu, Matramidu made another revelation. So I did this as my yekan.
Yeah.
Matramidu said it was politically motivated by the NDC. Was he? Yes. Was he an answer? You want to know? A young man from the said that brain is can't answer. Besides, now go and execute this plan for me. I'm going to tell you something that will shock you, Shaibu. It will blow your mind. Let's go back. He was a party chairman of the NDC.
The late Kwabnaji.
Yes, the late Kwabnaji.
Yeah.
Was say Kwabnaji sends red alert. NDC to clean judges. Many ways to kill a cat, he says.
Yeah.
Let me give you the premises or the genesis.
Yeah.
Tamana NDC opposition. Almost say MPP for years. MPP for more metro matum. And that time, on the assembly could pay more quarter. $2 Woods was the chief justice.
Yeah.
Time on the assembly could pay more quarter to be an MPP for the bin. And the one of Commander can say they have to clean the judicial system.
Issues.
It was a serious matter.
Power, no?
It was a serious matter. Because almost said, no, you are threatening the democracy of Ghana. You are three arms of government. We have the judiciary, we have the executive, and then we have the legislature. More executive form your party in power. Legislature and yes, our parliament. The judiciary, a court of competent jurisdiction. These are learners, these are elders, these are intellectuals or mabaso. And to attend to Supreme Court to be a judge is not an easy task. Now, because of party sentiments and emotions, or culture, almost say you have several ways of killing a cat. And it's a manners of men near and farmer the NDC here. They'll make sure that they will clean the judges. Who can ask them?
Yeah.
It was a serious matter.
Cleaning judges, you know. Say announce because a system move. Said you cleaning system.
And Shaibu, which yes ask them now. Then it means that at the end of they contracted Anas to do it.
Okay.
Listen to Martinamidu, I'm not saying it.
Okay.
Why I am Martinamidu on Monday 9th November 2020. Government sponsored Anas to investigate judiciary. Okay. I didn't say it. Martinamidu. He has been an attorney general, special prosecutor. He has been a running mate to Eddie John Evans at Amos. He is a senior member in the NDC. Just more kind. What say? Today in history, government-sponsored announced to investigate judiciary. And listen to what he said. Or say, according to him, in quotation marks, I have said that the undercover investigation that led to the judicial corruption exposed was commissioned by the government of Ghana and has its genesis in the acrimonious relationship between the judiciary and the government on the assumption of power in 2009.
Okay.
By the government and constant demand by the judiciary to prove a judicial corruption from the government and its associates. I was as presidential advisor to the legal affairs in the second half in 2009. I was a minister of interior in 2010 and an attorney general in 2011 before I left office. I, therefore, know what I'm talking about. Chabuti asemi, and do tell Martinami do asama waka. Martinami do uteno say he has been
As presidential advisor.
yes, an advisor to the legal affairs, minister for interior, attorney general. He's a leading member of the NDC. And then I may catch us NDC for no can say. Omoba power and so mo catch a Ghana for some more mechi shaibu atum or mechi Kennedy atum mechi we to moment me materialize here. Assembly court to be an omudifo. We have to sit down and rehearse a pattern. Let's calculate something. Let's set confusion in the judiciary. Let's contact Anas. Let's give him big sum of money. Go and do your investigations. Entice them. To a shannon so. Say judiciary assembly. Enter also was a lawyer, judge, and assembly court to fight it.
Yeah.
Because my family to say, on one case as the NDC, and I'm not saying it. This Martinami talking, and I'm kind of as a legal advisor, attorney general, interior minister. Was this man? It was being orchestrated by the NDC. Before so Babaka said no. No community you said Babaka said we have several ways of killing a cat.
Said never share botomu, she be training to able to yakunu.
In several ways of killing a cat, no. We can set up people, we can entice them, we can put them at tight corner, blackmail them, extort them, take money from them, and put them at areas as any part of want to be. A lot of people have died from the hands of Anas.
Very
and to your NDC, now your NDC paying out the almost done a grand scheme. Wow, has fat some years I we are. Nippon away with the be self. Because at the end almost said I imagine as had an person.
I tell people being a stroke.
What I say, Shaibu. So if you look at that thing, it was a problem. Now, if you look at the mark Kennedy bus idea we want, it was in relation to question Yantech.
That number 11.
Number 12.
And number 12, runner.
If you look at Kennedy compare kwa Japan, or no Ankenya Nasem, and fun, and Yanasem. But Shaibu, Enra, the person who saw me gave me the document, or say our ultimate faith and confidence and trust within me.
Yeah.
And time they chose a natural amount of charge and restricted.
Yeah.
Say nipa need to more. This is a legal document I may kind of more do. And who shall be crammed more shemu kakama wunfemuna. Means that the person have absolute faith and confidence within me. And in nipa bi so jide bi o Kenya compare kwa Japan. If I go to Kenya compare kwa Japan, now me koko kama sem de kire na Kennedy obetimi aboa. The first I saw Kennedy on Adum TV, vilifying, chastising, jabbing a real friend and answering me. And I said, what is Kennedy trying to do?
Yeah. It
came to me as a mirage or surprise or shock. Because this one person, we seem to be the Messiah, a person who is fighting against corruption, a person who wants Ghana and Africa to move forward, a person BBC, FN, say, Al Jazeera, contract him to do thorough investigation. So what is Kennedy saying?
Kennedy was fighting against the nation.
And Kennedy was making serious statement. But once, hey, Papa, need some more can watch it.
I'll say me what videos or say my year copies of the video.
Yes.
A bit damn if you will.
Yes.
Question a bit or say
yes. And if you listen to that time, Kennedy in some of our I will not know. Very, very serious. I'm going to say, hey, Papa, some are working. Hey, serious, sir. Shaibu, listening to Papa B. Nidi Mabachero, and he made a shocking revelation from Anas. Time Kennedy started here, he was jabbing and championing against Anas. Wait, Shaibu, Anas took $50,000 bribe to drop an expose on me. Tamale chief. Shaibu,
say Anas.
Yes.
You try a video, no,
yes.
Well, $50,000.
What say? Anas, I am Yao Anas. Integrity suffered a major blow on Friday, where a Saturday, 2nd June 2018. What say? Anas, I am Yao Anas. Integrity suffered a major blow on Friday when a Tamale chief revealed that the undercover journalist took a bribe of $50,000 to drop an investigation was carrying out on his activities. Mohammed Hafiz Abdullah, the Derma Na of Tamale, made this shocking revelation on Friday, revealing how Anas demanded money to drop his investigation. The Derma Na said he was made to be part with the money fearing that investigation will bring him embarrassment. So he parted with $50,000 to Anas, while his friend also parted $50,000 to complete Anas' demands of $100,000.
Then Anas was making money.
Shaibu, and who tell Ohini Asama was say Anas carried an expose on him, and after carrying the expose on him, no, Anas called him, showed him the video, and says, "I'm demanding something from you." So when you're watching, so this says, I'm going to show the video. If you look at Kwasi Nyantakyi, he came out publicly to say, Anas demanded $150,000 from him. So the $150,000 read the manner, the expose no only, and he told him say $150,000 only be. Utia Saman Anayikaya, he gave Anas $50,000. $50,000 to do investigations about him. So if you look at Anas, it is being contracted. You said that one pen to just the man. As I see it here, Obian himself, it is an established fact. It is known. So the investigation is a course against Kwasi Nyantakyi. It's on one casani FA people within. Or more FA people, no. They saw Kwasi Nyantakyi to be power drunk, power conscious, because at that moment, open Nipa African football pejano. Now world football pejano Kwasi Nyantakyi was number one.
And there's no way I'm going to internal election or how we
Kwasi Nyantakyi rose to the FIFA Executive Council. Kwasi Nyantakyi could determine who become the CAF president. And if you look at the inner circles of Ghana football, open Nipa now won't me underestimate now. Then you run the Kwasi Nyantakyi.
Yeah, Bob Insuru.
If you look at Kwasi Nyantakyi, the Ghana called World Cup on 3 occasions. We went to the quarterfinals. Our first time in 2006, it me Kodumo 116 stage.
Brazil.
Our second time we went to South Africa 2010. It me ko PM our quarterfinals. If you look at Kwasi Nyantakyi be DFA president, don't say be a major trophy, but you could see formulation of policies and implementing of policies. Ghana football for into a different. But no kasa within in 2005 and 6 or Buro be a GFA president. No. He has had issues with a lot of people know me FA4 no. And among for them so near some person be the GFA president, you know. They make sure they have to contact Anas, contract him, pay him, and do investigations about already the Kwasi Nyantakyi.
So they never hear for a moment.
And eventually, Onya Kwasi Nyantakyi. Onya ni wiye no. And Anas enko for no mo ye adwuma no. Previously says kabi ba no nko achi awo this can. They said no. There's only one person in Ghana who makes the news. There's only one person in Ghana who thinks about Ghana first. There's only one person in Ghana, no matter any party in Wabam, is Kenya compare Japan. Let me ask you one thing, Shaibu.
Me too.
Oh, your president. Now, catch him say you are going to use the tactics and the approach of Anas and the fight to corruption. Then you have a leading member of your party, a senior member of your party, a financier and a resource person in your party, saying to you, says, I don't know more can it is wrong. Now, you're fraudulent, how are you going to feel? Good. Kenya compare kwa Japan doesn't care about man. And Kenya compare kwa Japan and make sure say he will fight against Anas.
I didn't shake it because a majority leader on support
yes,
the president himself doesn't support you. Obian support now quite also fight.
The video now born
yeah.
Was say manukre ni woni na kanokre obi abewu. Ti asemo ka kire oni manukre ni woni na kanokre obi abewu. He believes in one thing. He believes in honesty, objectivity, and being fair. And he doesn't care where the masses is. He doesn't care about being any war. But being not getting a personal conviction, you see Kennedy fighting against it. You see Kennedy fighting against it.
1,000 billion say,
you not get Kennedy. You not get Kennedy. Shaibu, Kennedy compare what Japan say. Anas is a blackmailer.
Yeah.
He's an extortionist.
Yeah.
Okas has reached Anas any ya.
And a
man for papa in the hands of Anas. A man for mere breadwinners of their family. You entice them, you put them at tight corner. In making sure so many you are not thinking about them. amount for because of what we won't me. And I tell my Kennedy catch and say, or you blackmailer, or you extortionist, or you thief in his hand when he fell pins, and he went to court.
Yeah.
Or court, no. In 2018, was to pay 25 million Ghana cedis as a compensation because Kennedy say he's thinking about his credibility and integrity, and I laughed. See, a boy be okay, you soon court
250 billion.
Yes. Was say Kennedy a compare kwa Japan kwa issue where be the man say or no anas aremia anas and aggravated.
Yeah.
And what here almost say that word from a legal action in 20 almost say and on HS as a uguni pananima say ebro so too much. Kennedy a compare kwa Japan doesn't talk anyhow. When it comes to records, figures, and presenting of information and documents, never ever joke with Kennedy a compare kwa Japan. I'm going to tell you one thing them Kennedy is the pinnacle who fought against Alfred Agbosu. What MPP nominee document?
Yeah.
Woyomi no?
Yeah.
The first person who came out to say so by this kind of Magana. Now can I do anything Alfred Agbosu Magana was Kennedy compared with Japan.
Yeah, on a mere taste as it can. I know father where Gangan.
Yes. And no more court judge and say it is fictitious, it is fraudulent, and it is illegal. Also, come force to chase can more reference Alfred Agbosu no, and you create loot and share. And a man Gangan to buy.
Gangan to
okay. Everybody NDC. No more party in power. Obasanjo so Ebobatro was a deputy minister for Attorney General. Was so even Woyomi has been charitable to Ghanaians. Scanner can see a trauma for Agbosu Woyomi no. I was when we call him about this kind of so and case is serious. You are not serious at all. What kind of statement are you making? I will put this course and I don't care what will happen. And eventually obian with the reality I cause. Chaibu, pay the cast asem no. Anas aremia anas ya. No asem copy mu court. Unu eja asem ko Supreme Court straight forward. The judge who sat on the case was an appeal court judge.
Yeah.
The judge who sat on the case doesn't need the asem no high court. But you look at the gravity of the matter. Asem na yedi no. You look at the gravity, the importance, the relevance of the matter.
Yeah, to be say added in asem from high court on appeal their court.
And the attorney say appeal court judge came to a lower court to come and handle the issue.
Because the nature of the court.
The nature of the issue.
Intensity.
The intensity. Assam know how Assam is the magnitude of the matter.
People were following the case.
Good. And the do by being a man for Kennedy and now so by just get 250 billion. Kennedy, the
MPP for now.
They never took proper position. You have the majority leader. Chairman Sabons. Yeah. You say Kennedy to shut up and provide his evidence. Kennedy Casadodo. Nya Casani here. When you're not so problem, you should not come and sit on radio and TV. Master Court, now go and prove yourself and never go and mercy. He has gone to court. He has gone to the court or for a high court or court appeal Supreme Court will go and mercy. Now, Shaibu, Kedia Compre Japan is the only politician who can give you the access of already at Anas Aremia Anas.
Okay.
Where a 30th of May 2018. And listen to what Kedia Japan said. Was according to Mr. Ejapon, some properties belonging to Anas include mother's residence at Jolu, several houses and offices in Tessiado behind Trade Fair, houses in East Legon and Ajigano, Finis Hostel at Pram Pram, Finis Farmer at Osukado, an apartment the journalists cannot rent among themselves. Who take Canada? Kennedy has established a radio station. And if you radio from home, they know the basic salary of everybody. We are investigative journalists. But if you look at the kind of properties and us are quite it goes beyond being an investigative journalist. What acquire this kind of properties?
And seven
yes, and Jama Kennedy compare Japan catches no. Asem no on just or say Anas has acquired wealth through blackmail. I will expose him. Kennedy compare Japan. Way a Tuesday 29th of May 2018. This is Kennedy here. Sabu Kennedy talking over here. And what take Kennedy compare Japan and Yabra say as a central member of parliament. Kennedy Wahina Japan has threatened to expose investigative journalists Anas Aremia Anas over what he described as a plus properties, which the award-winning journalists did not acquire genuinely. Should he go ahead to premiere his latest number 12 work, which exposed corruption at the Ghana Football Association? Kennedy gave me a condition. Conditionality clause. Ekacha says, "Sa number 12 now so kwa kuyijai. But sa I'm going to expose you."
Ko yi mems bi.
Yes. Educate be catch us or extortionist or your blackmailer. Asem no copy mo court. A obia di ne locus ne line yi ba ye gina so bi asem wie no. The judge made a certain statement. Was say Anas Aremia Anas is not an investigative journalist. He is an investigative terrorist. Hey, the word ni bim.
It could be a terrorist.
Yes. This is a high court judge. Our free what their friends appeal court judge
Yes.
because of the gravity of the matter, the case. How the important the relevance of the case is TNT. Or move free high appeal court by high court. Or say Anas Aremia Anas is not an investigative journalist.
Or a terrorist.
Anas Aremia Anas is an investigative terrorist. You can't say terrorist or you have for
Amam boyafo. Akida.
yes. Hezbollah.
Taliban to 12
Yes. Oh, who be the bomber two of Kunipanya, he doesn't care. Anas is thinking about his selfish interest. Anas think you're self-centered. Don't know Benyan Kwan or at the expense of the ordinary Ghanaian. Everybody among phone says no JJ. One tibida. Say JB Danko Wuyi.
Yeah.
Neyere. Yes, and Frani Anas, one tibida.
Yeah. It was an allegation.
Yes.
A man for Anas no more press as
Yes.
no more woo.
Or more you be any son woman. And Kedia Compre is the only person in Ghana who was able to stand toe to toe, boot to boot with Anas Aremia.
But only my dear, I have for aha a solid TV. Franco the hater eguso chere and near moment the revelation you can buy be our crampono. We feel but make I say subscribe to the channel, but notification man like page, you know. I feel so wow per se oh baby part of the solid TV, especially honorable Ken family, no. Me so guess number na that screen so chat here. Ni enfant to how they may say ye didi ye dwene about honorable Ken. Na Franco,
Shaibu.
mame chia lawyer Kwame Ajapon.
Raf.
Because it got to a point here.
Mhm.
A lawyer say no more handle Anas case no. A buy mum penny for.
Oh.
Top government official.
Mhm.
From a threat to Nigeria assembly.
Mhm.
And to Ken with all the wealth the Zizikano. And no new partner lawyer.
Yes.
Kobe create scare lawyer.
Yes. It tells you how powerful he is. Anas Aremia Anas. The lawyer and the special prosecutor.
Yeah.
And I him.
Yeah.
Ajabi.
Yeah.
Anas Aremia Anas. The lawyer. Oh, dinner some the man for a fund special prosecutor.
Asem come say no.
No, just me. One person a court no access any power. Or a extortionist or a blackmailer. Or never pana yajuma for long. Just what I'm making.
Yeah.
He has always been in the defense of Anas Aremia Anas. Mekaza came the coffers some back for he had issues with Kedia Compre Japan.
Yeah.
Kwakuba Akume the decree the attempt. Ekase Kennedy, he's a loose cannon. Do Pebiano Keka, and they will teach him at court. Or my check Kennedy, Kennedy, no, be a Tiasa make actually.
Because kwaku about ebe can simulate ko ba really be patch o.
Okay, say maybe Kennedy Kwaka say he will not sit down for the coffee mafias. The word ni bim.
Yeah.
Coffee mafias to rule Ghana.
Unim coffee mafia. But I have for coffee mafia eye ensem twofobia. Omu fi se omaji din organ ha no mo tinkan.
Yes.
Omu ko dwe coffee na.
Yes.
Ho na ban no a certain agenda su.
Yes.
Aban no betimi abo omu coffee na se mo musika. Na aban na chance ye pese mo set this agenda and kwaku ba ko part of them.
And if you listen to Kennedy, he attacked them.
Yeah.
And told them say he's coming after them. See, because in no. An executive council of the Ghana Football Association continue radio says Anas will know. Or say Anas is a personal friend. I know Anas. And it's only Anas. The meaning is that kind of investigation, of course, you knew it.
Yeah.
If Anas himself says investigation, if it is true, say he wants to eradicate corruption from Ghana football. And they may bought a section beyond one more section beyond. I don't know if I'm making sense to you.
Yeah.
And Kiseja be a special prosecutor no. Shall we know Kasayene or no and a year friends Anas the lawyer. So the question is, where does the integrity and the credibility comes at stake? Shaibu, we are Ghana near me. Open the paba kwa me. Shaibu me do to say, me Tehanas and because I have to be objective and sincere.
Yeah.
There be a mechanism we say, it doesn't matter the kind of money you give it to me.
Yeah.
Shaibu, me tia some you convincing the pattern. Kwama mo catch him say asama Franco can answer I like it more than you are giving me money.
Yeah.
Just want to make you
When you're speaking with the facts.
good. If you look at Kedia Compre kwa Japan, we are Ghana now bonfire book man. Shaibu, me
We are Ghana ni
yes.
now bonfire book
man.
I say
Kennedy Abe. We derive so many things from Kennedy.
Kennedy Abe.
Yes, you derive so many things from
Abe. Ye benya nsefufu.
Oh,
Ye benya ngo.
yes,
Ye benya praye.
yes.
yɛbɛnya asomɔdwe
Yes.
yɛbɛnya akɔkɔ
Mafin nyina wo.
yɛbɛnya domu yɛbɛnya mmɛfin
Nti Kennedy
na yidi kwa aduane ɛporɔ no kwabɔ yɛbɛsan ma fertilizer
Shaibu, see, so I make a show you. We are Ghana, and you are thinking about how Ghana will rise. Ghana will move forward. Oh, bompa, market. Even if Kennedy doesn't become a president, the kind of contributions are what you my Ghana. Now, man and Kwanya who they entrance and check. Shaibu, how many Ghanaians can stand with an ass to do?
David. Anka ujane yache.
How many Ghanaians can tell you something? Me MPP ni, me president is a bar. I will use an ass status. They are not seeing and some funny say when my catch and say you are going to fight against it. The special prosecutor is a personal lawyer to Anas. It tells you how Anas is more powerful in Ghana. If the president can identify his lawyer to be the special prosecutor, can you fight him?
Nipa ovete IGP. I recommend the IGP map on Mampeni any Anas.
Me say,
and to your bonnie and of IGP say Anas for IGP. We dare think of obey that figure.
Shaibu. So it tells you. Canada compare Japan is never a hero. Canada Japan is one person who is brave, one person who think about Ghana first, and this is one person I see a bomb paid man because of honesty, truthfulness, the boldness. Oh, bomb paid Bobby man. This is one man what me fighting against every odds, no matter who you are.
Because Anas became so Nipa ovete police commander. IGP. Nipa ovete Nipa and a former Juma.
How many Ghanaians? How many Ghanaians can tell you I can move the Anas boot for boot toe to toe and can fight with him? You have the majority leader backing him, saying who can do issues? I go to court. You have the president saying I'll use the Anas status. You have people who held Anas. So I say he's a saint. And some trouble coffee mafia, some for sure. Nobody could dare. Anas is only one person. And today we have seen the true colors of Anas. Listen to what the judge said. Or say Anas is not an investigative journalist. Or say Anas is an investigative terrorist.
So I did in a Ghana for Omunsia free sa judgment a coin Ken and Anas according to Kuni.
Shaibu, who you Ghana and Nasa Utimia? Who you Kennedy Suni Pama Akuma Kotana, you get only half in Ghana. Who now in one. So you Kennedy Sonko for now. Say be more say Kennedy City no. Shaibu Tieni. One people who have courage, boldness to fight against a system, to fight against a cabal, to fight against an institution. And it's not easy. Anas became an institution in Ghana. Shaibu. They form a consortium and a cartel. They take concrete decisions for Ghana. Sir President Shaibu Tie, you over 30 million Ghanaians. Remember?
Yeah.
If a more 2 million and some truffle. Now, Sir President, me identify one key person to say, any panel or you know. Or bass, I know quite fast or the end of the it means a person is a credible person.
Ken Kwawun say or a kind of Omanpeni Puma and I don't sound
that is a problem. But Kennedy thinks about the interests of Ghanaians. He thinks about breadwinners. Because who tell the judge in a car or say he's an investigative terrorist because he's a blackmailer or an extortionist.
Ken, sir, evidence. Also, the judge did not just say that. It was per the evidence.
I say now more pentem. They have a lot of documents and videos.
Documents for you.
Me say, it tells you, say, Kenya compare Japan is always a step ahead of people. That's why I catch on you. Second, when tiger API for your mother, ask yourself how you got the information. The information, he knows the competence level of Kenya compare Japan. He knows the volumes and how he carries himself. The way to Kita Kennedy. If Kennedy steps into the matter, everything will change.
Ken, when you're an investigative journalist, is it said no did Anas ain't a tama per report many of Tama na Anas a record question teaching.
Yes.
Na cancel recording.
And I make sure say as a time. Kennedy about question teaching. They didn't have a preview knowledge. But he Anas no mu yejuma. I can say I trust you, I don't trust you. That's why I make a choni. Yeah, it was a CA. Remember I say Edgar Baha, interview no. But ye can the video no. Yes, you because would no be a pain. And ye can be travel muscle. That's why I make a choni. So go and watch the video again. Video no. Tell my nasi coach you or Munyes no mucha video. He didn't know they were recording him. So Bianca.
And that was can't tax them to do
that. Yes, do that. Because after normally Canada didn't come with the reality of the matter. See, Shaibu, say investigative journalist Benya Chidi Abba Hono Bedin Komanya de Ketua. Shaibu, I'm telling you. And you see, always, Anas was very smart, so not the Ameswell and Nimkwana Neba. Ameswali, Nanimkwana na Eba. So listen to me. Anas was very smart. But the smartness ended somewhere. Kedia Compre Kwaja Poncho is more proactive than him. And for me to get a lot of information from you, me without camp, I will break the camp and I'll get the news that I want.
Okay, it can't me run and ask camp.
Me say
no break it
for camp
or the camp
no break it camp no when you factions in the camp. One faction will belong to me, another faction will belong to you. I'll get the authenticity of the information.
So now Anas name say can
Dabi.
There was our evidence. Anas he overruled on the cornerstone at the judicial.
No, Anas never thought. Kenny never thought. Why a lot of videos, a lot of investigations. They hailed him. He had faith and trust within his own people. Those who do boni now. See, I have videos.
Yeah.
So that be a bad one.
And me police, me military. Why
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Assembly will turn it here. In the do baby, you have an avenue. We have a way to pass through to let the truth come out. And so one can call for us. No, you open a window, you open a door, you pass through that door. That door is ready to come to Japan. For us to know, say, the away and the papa.
Frank Musasem. Ye imagine, say, if Ken had not fought with Anas.
Yes.
Kadesanka, if I can say,
hey! And some cannot bet my president Kraukruma. And can yes, and can been a worker Anas has to interview the IGP. What is the locus of Anas? Or a day?
Anas
no a day.
Investigative.
So what is locus? The portfolio a day. In terms of hierarchy of system, or a day.
But Frank, do you know, say, Anas had gone to record President Akufo-Addo with Mpabwa camera bomb. But the president was smart.
They boy abai fakabu. When she Anas, and it's also when you yebi with no koi. Adiano omo a war rehearse party.
Because you tell me to abai go. But say na Anas say, okura MPP say kusia.
Yes.
All man people.
So not the threaten.
And I can say you lie back.
Not the threaten. Say me, I will choose the government for Ghana. Anas. What do you mean for MPP?
Anas, Masa.
I'm telling you, what do you mean for MPP for no?
Ghana for higher solitude, but she. And you can the Japan. Kadia Bechina Kana Casa Ghana fui. My year Kufu the chain lesson. Maybe I'm the Mahameba. Or I say chain lesson with the
that video now can. So or premier side video now. Do you know the kind of security breaches and Kabakruma? Or premier video now. Do you know the kind of disappointment come out for being an MPP government?
Say what more call the Kufuado. A soldier for the security.
It tells you this man can compare kwa Japan. O Bompire Shaibu Kaino. He's a brave person, he's a good person, he's an honest person. You sound go a catch on some citizens. They are not spectators.
Yeah, now add kind of pescana. Court a J, I want to course again.
Chicken feed market. I'm not going to even explain it. A chicken feed.
Another opposition, a
chicken feed. A man who is able to make sure it's a confernochi on quality department. Scarson or the moment.
$145,000.
My coca Lebanon. Or in any animal, or quite to 200,000 in a BD source or maybe. Yeah. Scan you say? There's a 50,000, 51,000. A chicken feed market.
$6 million scheduled.
A chicken feed at the market. None of the upper present. Same fun is a beer 200,000 delegates. Umubia 1 million processing. A chicken feed. He doesn't need this kind of thing. You're here and it's no credit prepare because of Kuma. The video on the end no say Ghana need be a watching be an end canocre. What canocra? Unya ubianu nyasa one kind of unya ubianu nyasa, but be honest, be objective, and you always be truthful.
Franco, me
see you.